go again.
Yeah, bitch! Magnets! Oh!
地球の心と物質
So I
What's up?
I matched with this girl
Uh-huh.
on this dating app, and on her I decided to just hit her up with like this line of like, oh, you know, you seem like the type of girl that can like really talk about like life and death and shit. Like, you seem really down to earth in that way and whatever. And she goes, well, yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I was just like,
I do remember that.
I was like, shit.
You told her it seems like you could talk about life and death and shit like that, right?
Yep.
She was like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna approach both of them pretty shortly.
Like she said that, and I was like,
What were you like?
I was like this.
I thought I was gonna keep going. I was like, this is a long song. Bro. Shout out Larry David. I had actually this dude, Demi Lovato, she sang Heart Attack to people who've had heart attacks.
Bruh.
Shout out Demi Lovato.
That's
Shout
that's
out-
a little tone deaf.
Shout out drugs. And it's kind of the same thing. But I had a dream, right?
Okay.
Where I was
So did I.
I
So
was
did MLK.
Happy Black History Month. Spread your wings.
Boom.
Black people. What's it called? I had a dream where I was playing football in like a little field, and the opposite person aside from me on the team was Lamar Jackson, right?
Okay.
And Lamar Jackson is like a real professional ass quarterback, like basically an MVP, like one of the best throwers, runners, and everything. So he had his little squad of three, and I had my squad of three. I don't know who the squad people were, but it was basically me against him. Actually, one of my teammates on my pool team was on the opposite team. No reason why, right? Shout out George. And then ultimately, I end up like going back and forth in terms of scoring against, and it's a good game. But I didn't really physically elevate myself in the whole thing. So, you know, Lamar Jackson's a professional NFL player, so he's ripped, you know, Aki. Me, I'm keeping up with this motherfucker, but I'm the same build right now. So, like, even in my dreams, I didn't think to enhance myself, but I'm going mad hard, but I'm still gasping
Because
for air.
even in
it.
your dreams, you're perfect the way you are, Frankie.
I guess so, bro. But I would never beat Lamar Jackson in anything. But I believed in myself, like Martin Luther King. He believed.
You know
there was
what
a
else?
dream.
You know what else he believed in?
What's up?
That finally, after
Yeah.
weeks and weeks and weeks of waiting,
Yeah.
on today, this day, today is
The
February
5th,
4th.
The 4th.
Don't be like me last episode. Today is February 4th, guys, and what we did today is we released a new episode
Oh yeah.
of our show,
Hell yeah.
which is called
Earth
Mind.
and Matter. And in fact, this is actually what episode?
This is our big episode 50.
Big episode 50. Just like the artists we're covering today, big, huge. In both, you know, both types of ways. In the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
honestly.
it's just, you know,
Yeah.
we talked about it last episode with the new episode.
Hell yeah.
Today's episode. This one's coming out next week. But it's just a new format. So our news and A.M.C sections are split up.
Every other
know.
week you get an A.M.C section. Every other week you get a new, right? That's how it goes?
Yep.
So this week you'll get the A in the A.M.C, which is the album. Next week we'll go back to a regularly program show, like news and chat and whatever.
Fox News.
And then only Fox News, only MAGA. Only MAGA up in this bitch.
Hell yeah.
And then next week we cover the movies. You can figure it out. You're all smart people. Some of you guys, I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't even speak for myself. I'm congested as fuck, bro. I sound like fucking 2 socks up my nose ass, bro. Jesus Christ. But fuck it, bro.
But you know, not only is today episode 50, not only is today the release of our new episode after a 6-month hiatus.
Hell yeah, bro.
But after weeks and weeks and weeks of waiting, I have your Christmas present.
No fucking way. Get the fuck out of here.
Ta-da!
No way, bro. I'm about to open a Christmas present.
Hell yeah. I thought it took a long time to show up because it came from overseas, from China.
Damn, I don't know if I'll open it. I'm already congested, bro. Thank you, bro. Shit is rap man nice.
Yeah, dog.
Damn,
So,
what if I just don't open it and I just never open it? Nah, I'll open it right now. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
I didn't know. Imagine we just planned this the whole time. Like, okay, we're gonna surprise you.
I'm gonna surprise you. Be surprised, okay? Worst fucking
Nice.
surprise party ever.
I thought it was rapped and more rapping. Ooh, I see a white bottom. Still don't know what it is. I'm gonna rap it. ASMR.
Oh,
ASMR.
oh.
Do you ever go to the grocery store and then you pick up a grape and you're like, oh, I
and then you take the grape where you took a bite out of it, and you stick your dick in it.
You stick your dick in it, and then you record ASMR and get a lot of views and a lot of monies, and then you can go to other grocery stores, and you don't have to do that no more because you've grown as a person. And so that's what's that guy's name? Pipe Pete. Pipe Pete. Yeah. Shout out Pipe Pete. Yeah, he be going to stores and playing the pipe bags. What is it called? The bagpipes. The bagpipe. We're back.
But you know what we need to do?
Pickle Pete.
We need to go into supermarkets and see if they'll let us fuck grapes in there.
I think so, bro. You can go first. No way. You got me the shit. Thank you, bro. For those that can't see. And, the video's pretty far. It's basically a Game Boy Advance, right?
I mean, you can put it in front of my angle.
Yeah, let me show you. Look at this shit right here. Nah, bro, thank you so much. I remember I asked you where I can get one of these because I was dead serious.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even mean to be like, oh, you give me this shit as a gift, bro. Like, it's Christmas time. But I wanted to get one of these because you see all the ads. And then all the ads are like, yo, don't get scammed, bro.
Now, that's the one recommended from Jordan. He has the same one.
Shout out Jordan, bro. This is fucking awesome. Yo, thank you, bro. Oh, it's Matt OG too, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, give me some. Boom. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, bro. Oh my god, y'all, I'm gonna pay this shit.
Yeah, right now you're like,
lie to you.
Yeah, man, that shit can play up to PS1 games.
Boy, you don't understand, bro. What the fuck? I'm about to quit this podcast and just fucking play this.
The rest of the episode is gonna be you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up, Javi. Nah, thank you so much, bro. This is fucking
dog.
Nice. Damn, bro. The sound effect came in clutch.
Hell
that
yeah.
was the enemy.
But
damn, man. Thank you.
I was
nice.
When Jordan told me that it could play up to PS1 games, I was genuinely a little jealous.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm
Guess
about to buy me one.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, I wish I could be playing Crash Bandicoot right now. That'd be fucking dope.
Old games are the wave, bro. We'll be starting on the A.M.C section in about a couple of minutes, just so you guys know this, so we can focus on just the artists we're covering today. Who should we say it now or should we say it later? Might as well now, right?
I mean, it says in the title. Our titles are a lot shorter now, so you're going to see it immediately when we're talking about covering.
We're covering a blues artist called Christone Kingfish, more so known as Kingfish Ingram. Christone Kingfish Ingram. And he's a very young blues artist who is just fucking incredible. Such an amazing guitar player, great voice, and just produces a lot of great music. That's just at the age of 24, he's doing this. He's already winning.
24?
Yeah, man. He's 24. I mean, we can get
what
into
are we
it now.
doing?
You know what? Let's get into it now. Actually, fuck it, because I thought you knew he was 24. I was trying not to mention it before the podcast, but I thought you found out. But yeah, exactly. What the fuck are we doing, bro? We're 27, barely fucking doing this, bro. Taking fucking 3 days to set up. So we're gonna talk about this guy, right? And more in particular, we're gonna talk about his one of his most recent album, Live in London. Right?
Okay, this is most recent?
Yeah,
okay.
This is his most recent. And more so than anything, I've never really heard any music he's played per se. Like, I think the only way I found out about him had to have either been a random clip or something, but it was him just playing the guitar. And he's a very distinct looking guy. Like, he's big, he's black, he's round, he's heavy. No, this is exactly what it looks like. You know what I mean?
It's just the way you're. He's big, he's black, he's round, he's Kingfish.
He's Kingfish, man. Like, his presence is very much like his name. Grand. And when he's playing, it just traverses you. Right? Is that a good word to use? Into a whole fucking world of just. Holy shit. And have you ever heard Kingfish before? Ever?
No, I had never heard of this guy before.
So what was the first exposure to this album, or did you look him up or anything?
This is my first exposure ever to this guy.
What'd you think when you first heard him?
Immediately, I was like, yo. Because it's just like, he's fucking great on the guitar.
Yeah, man.
Like, I remember I started the album when I was walking Link one day, and with the first song immediately, She Calls Me Kingfish, I just I just felt it. I was like walking, I was like, hey, god damn, yo, this guy's really fucking good.
Hell yeah, bro.
And it's just in general, like, my thoughts is that because it's such a long album, it's almost 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to remember what songs were which.
That's what I was thinking. The same
thing. And I feel his style and stuff, and the way he plays, especially from what it seems like in his live stuff, is that it's very jam band.
That's what I feel too. Even though it probably is very coordinated, but for a live show, it comes off as jam band. That's what I was thinking as well. Like, you think that they're just fucking around on the spot, and I guess that's what blues really is, because
a lot of improvisation in the blues. Yeah,
but It's so incredible, and this is not to downplay his other stuff because he does have a lot of songs you hear here. You hear here, here. What's it called?
Here comes the big black round kingfish.
Shout out Kingfish. And what's it called? But then you hear like the recorded versions of the songs, and I don't know if you heard any of those. They're I mean, to me, I want to say they're not as good, but they don't have that live essence.
Right.
You know, they have more of a very produced kind of like coat over them, you know?
I would say, because the reason why I thought of jam bands listening to this guy, because, you know, it is a live album.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot about like the Grateful Dead or like
Yeah.
Fish.
Exactly.
Which are bands that I have seen.
How was it seeing Fish live? And for those who don't know, Fish spelled Phish. How was it seeing them live? I know you told me, but tell them.
Well, that was the first time I ever went to MSG, Madison Square Garden, for a concert.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is insane.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was definitely under the influence.
He was under some guy named Influence.
Yo, I was like, Influence, can you get off of me?
He's like, bro, chill. The show's almost over. Just stay under me, bro. Stay in school.
But I just, you know, I was on 3 tabs.
Yeah.
That's the most I've been off.
It's crazy.
And I was jamming hard, dog.
Yeah, man. You can feel it.
Yeah. Because, like,
dope.
you know, the thing is like even with the lights, I don't know if I told you.
No, you didn't tell me. The coordinate, the lights, and the music, and everything.
Like the coordination of the lights with the music. It's like you would almost think it is coordinated.
Yeah.
But then I was telling my cousin Chino, who took me, because he's a huge jam band fan.
Nice.
And a couple weeks later, I saw an article from the New York Times where they talked about how the light effects guy jams with the
That's
band.
so funny. I was thinking that, but he's just up there like boom, boom, green, yellow, red, yellow, purple, green. Both of them.
Boom, boom. Wait for this. Orange.
But that in itself is like the light show, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what you do.
and so it's just it was incredible. And so it's like listening to this guy, I was like, yo, I'm getting the same vibes from this and stuff. And it's just, I would imagine seeing this guy live is incredible. I'm sure everyone's having a great time, jamming the fuck out, probably in lots of drugs.
Yeah.
Like, it was so funny seeing Fish, because it's like you would look out into the crowd and like literally every other second you would see like a spark of a joint lighting up.
That's awesome.
Just
Madison Square Garden is cool. And I think Barclays too. Most places you can just smoke. And when an artist, does smoke, all music requires it. You know what I mean? When I was in Texas, when Austin, all I remember is that we had just left, or we were heading to a show. Me and Beatrice were heading to a show. I think we were going to the Comedy Mothership. That's the new Joe Rogan one. I think so, but I could be wrong. But regardless, there's a place called Antone's. I think so.
Okay.
I think somebody famous owns that place. And we were walking past, and usually on the big board on top, it's not a huge venue, but it's big enough for because Austin, live capital music city of the world, they say, right? And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what they say. But they also their motto is "Stay weird, Austin."
That makes sense.
And they're known for like the bats going on at the cave and everything.
Is Austin or Portland more weird?
I think Portland comes off more because I've only seen Portland more so off Anthony Bourdain shit, and they're kind of weird over there, But I think Austin got more like, I think Portland's more weird because I bet you the food is better than Austin. I could be wrong though. I could be very wrong. You know,
go to Portland, you're like, this food isn't as good. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah, what I was really saying is more white people. I think there's more cultures in Austin. I don't know, but I want to go to Portland.
Says the spick.
Fucking spicks away. What's it called? Just a couple spicks. That was actually the first name of the podcast we wanted. Just a couple spicks. We just didn't think that just a couple rolled off the tongue, So, what's it called? So we're walking past Antone's, and then I see on the big board it says Kingfish live tonight for the next. I think it's for the 30th, the 31st, and like the 29th.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck, bro. I was like, bro, I would rather have skipped a couple of the comedy shows we went to just to see this guy.
Right.
And it was pretty late.
So wait, you knew this guy even before we covered this?
Way before. Way before. And I'm telling you, it had to have been like a clip came across. Like I follow like this I think it's a channel, what's it called? A page I follow that's like Blues Jazz Estate. I think so. And they just put him on. And this is a while back. And I remember I told Anthony, I was like, bro, if you want to go watch him, like, I should have just gone. That was my bad to not have not seen him live, like a dickhead,
Way to fucking go. Hey, Kingfish,
Anthony.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kingfish. But he performed in New York City, and he constantly tours. And again, he's 24. And I have a couple facts about him, but one big thing about him is that he's always touring. constantly. And I think when you go to his website, you can sign up for emails, and they'll let you know when a lot of artists do that.
Yeah.
But they'll let you know when they're in the city and stuff like that. So 10,000%, like I'll miss a funeral for this. You know what I mean? Like, I have
Frankie's gonna be like, he's gonna be putting on his suit for my funeral, fixing up his tie. He's gonna get a notification. Kingfish?
Yo, fuck this guy, bro.
EMM?
I didn't even like that show anyway. Fuck that new intro. Nah, I remember I wrote down, I was like, man, I wish, what's it called? I would have given up my 2 nipples to watch this show, live.
You only got 2?
I only got 2. The only reason I would have is because the second he would have started playing, 2 new nipples would have sprouted. That's how good this guy is. This guy's nasty, and motherfucker was. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What I was gonna say too, relating it back to Grateful Dead,
Yeah.
how you were mentioning about how like his more LP
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
is like sounding more produced and
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
tame.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the Grateful Dead, and I
Uh-huh.
watched a Grateful Dead documentary with Chino once
Mhm.
on Prime. I forget what it's called, but it's really good. But it pretty much, they talked about how they never wanted to record albums. That was never their thing. They just
yeah.
wanted to play live.
That's awesome.
Because they felt that improvisation, playing it live, was the
Yeah.
best way to experience their music.
Did they say it's just not realistic to be doing that money wise, like financially?
They didn't care about the finances. They were really just all about the music.
No, I'm
and the
saying, like,
experience.
why did they record then?
They recorded because they signed up for a studio that was a producer that was allowing them to tour and do the things that they wanted to do, but in turn they had to record an
That's
album.
what I mean. Like, they have to probably do it financially just to support doing that. Because
I mean, it wasn't even financial. It was just a contract. Like the contract was just kind of like, you guys have to record.
you
this
get paid
album.
for the contract. Ultimately,
Yeah,
it goes back
so-
to that. And also, it's not cheap to put on those shows. I feel like, unless you're Beyonce or some shit.
Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely not
You
cheap.
have to, like, I feel like if you're a major artist, you're able to like swing on by. But I'll just go perform at fucking Madison Square Garden or some shit. But nah,
with
man,
the Grateful Dead, they recorded 2 albums, and those albums took forever to record because they just
Really?
didn't give a shit. They were
That's
like,
awesome.
They were just like, fuck this, man. This is like, this is so tame. This is like holding us back. Like,
I don't want to do this, man. We're the Grateful Dead, man.
yeah, I mean, they were the fucking hippies of hippies, man.
OD.
But it's just that was just so interesting to me because they would because the studio would tell them, guys, like 20 minutes is too long for a song, and they'd just be like, no the fuck it isn't. Like, did you hear the 13-minute mark?
Exactly.
That shit was wild.
That's actually why I like this album, because I feel a lot of albums are very much shorter, you know. And for punk they're short, but even for like now, anything is like 40 minutes to an hour max, which is
Right.
kind of standard as well, I would say.
Yeah.
But there are some albums you show me that have been like 30 minutes and stuff like that. And this album is a very like instrumentally focused. I mean, it's only instrumentally focused, and it's live, and you get the crowd aspect. And
Yeah, like I personally don't even remember too much of the lyrics throughout this
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
It's more so of like the actual
the music yeah,
itself.
and I think that's really what it's supposed to be. And I think for an album to be 2 hours and for you to stick through it the whole time, like man, I told you today, I walked over here and I smoked. That was my whole plan the whole time when I had to cover this. I was like, I have to smoke and listen to this, you know. And what better than today? It's fucking beautiful out. It's sunny, and
Too sunny.
sunny.
Calm the fuck down.
And so listening to like even like I forgot to look up, if you want to look it up right now, the who wrote Empty Promises, because that's one of the songs he covers on this album, Live in London. The album's called Live in London, and he does a song called Empty Promises, and that's sure to cover, but it does it so well. Where I was walking across the bridge over here from like Greenpoint to Long Island City.
I'm seeing it was actually I think it might be done by Michael Burks.
There we go.
Yeah.
I think it is, because I have it written down here somewhere. But yeah, it's an incredible fucking solo. Everything is great, and all while sounding improvisational.
Improvisation.
Oh yeah, bro, congested as fuck. I almost teared. Like, I almost teared dead ass, because I imagine myself in the crowd listening to this, just like so happy to fucking witness this motherfucker. You know
And
what I mean?
imagine you're there about to cry and some motherfucker goes,
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Kill that guy. Shout out Scooch. This I'll give a little bit background just to continue off with him. He was born January 19th, 1999. So his birthday was recent, right? 1999, 666 upside down. Just saying. Just saying. His full name, Christone Kingfish.
Wait, what day in January again?
19th.
That's 9 days after our first episode.
Hey, look at that, bro. We're fucking, and he's still more successful than us.
I know, man. Goddamn shame.
Pieces. No, I'm kidding. Christone Kingfish Ingram is his name. He was born in Clarksdale, Mississippi. He's 24 years old. I'm thinking now 25. I'm assuming because his birthday had just passed.
Right.
Right. And what's it called? So he's from the city of Clarksdale, Oklahoma City. Oh no, the fuck did I spell that wrong? City of Clarksdale, Coahoma County in Mississippi.
Okay.
This is just,
How
do you spell that?
Coahoma County.
That's weird spelling.
It's super weird, right? And my handwriting's bad, but it's not that bad, right?
You're like, that's what I wrote. I think.
What's it called? He had a family full of singers and musicians. He first played drums, and then he continued to play bass. And he took classes at the Delta Blues Museum to learn history of blues and began learning how to play. Right?
Ooh.
He was taught by Richard Daddy Rich Grisman, right? And
I love that like so many blues and jazz players have like these like
little in the middle names, right?
Yeah,
like
these
nicknames.
little cool names.
Yeah, I want to say Chrisman or Grisman. I might have said it wrong because that did fuck up my handwriting, right? So Richard Daddy Rich, either or. And you're gonna like this one. The late Bill, rest in peace, Bill Howlin' Mad Perry. So it's spelled Howell and Mad Perry.
Nice.
And this guy actually gave him the nickname Kingfish.
Ooh.
So that's awesome, right? Like
He looked at him, he's like, you look like Kingfish.
Kingfish was like, I'm only 6 now.
And he was like, all right.
And now he's Kingfish. In high school, because of the Delta Blues Museum, Christone was playing for Ground Zero Blues Club and Red's Lounge in Clarksdale before traveling to perform, you know? And lastly, within a group of students and musicians from the Delta Blues Museum, he ended up performing for Michelle Obama at the White House.
Damn. What year was that?
I don't know that, but I'm sure if you look it up, you know what? I'm sure during the Obama presidency.
Oh, you think so?
Oh,
you don't think Trump had him come out?
Trump said, "Obama, you come. Kingfish is coming."
Trump was like, "This guy's huge, huge."
I'm gonna give you that's a good. This is a very spot on good shit. He was made in Mississippi. What's it called? He won the Rising Star Award by age 16. Has a bunch, millions of views on YouTube, and as a teen, when he was posting as a teen. And actually, this is actually pretty cool. I forgot to fucking look it up for you, and I thought you were fine, awesome. And I'm gonna keep continuing and not say it. I'm gonna think about. Nah, he performed 2 songs on season 2 of Luke Cage. Ooh. And when I read that, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, because Luke Cage is great with the music. Have you seen Luke Cage?
I haven't.
Oh no, bro!
Dude,
what?
I know.
What the
I know.
fuck, bro?
Because listen, man, I still haven't seen. I know.
Oh, brother!
Yo, man, right now, you're like this.
No way, bro.
Dude, it's because I lost my Netflix at a certain point in time. So I never watched season 3 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
I never saw Luke Cage. I never saw The Defenders. I don't know if there was a season 2 to Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
But I never saw any of those.
You gotta fucking pay 1 month and just. I'll end it this year if I can. I share it with a lot of people.
You can't now with password sharing anymore.
Fuck, bro. Bro, it's so good. It's so good. And,
I mean, they're on Disney Plus now, so I can watch it like that. I do plan on doing so.
You should do so, and then when you see, because I don't remember particularly when, and it may have been through Luke Cage. Found Kingfish, or I had seen it on Luke Cage, and then later on I came across the clip. I don't remember really where I found out about him. But when I read that, I was like, I do remember somebody playing the blues. Yeah, and I mean, Luke Cage is a great show. I think so altogether.
Yeah, people like it.
And it's really dark as well. Like, there's a lot. There's one scene in particular where you're like, holy shit, like, this is a Marvel show. But I'll move on from that.
I think my favorite Kingfish song is this one.
Javi just wants to use the sound. He's in full control right now. He was also Rakim is on the Wu-Tang Clan. I hope I'm correct about that.
Okay.
He was on a Tiny Desk concert with rap legend Rakim. So yeah. So that's what I got right now, just for like the brief background of Kingfish and everything.
Right.
I got a couple more. Oh, you know what? But I will say this. When I do listen to Kingfish, this is how I feel, bro. I got the sunglasses. That's how I feel, bro. I brought these.
You should have told me you were gonna do this. I would have put on my shades.
I'm wearing sunglasses, so I just put on sunglasses. I said that, and they're pretty funny sunglasses because they're gold rimmed.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck I thought I was when I bought these shits. They look crazy, you know.
You're like, I'm 100% Himalayan.
Yeah, facts, bro. Fuck yeah, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I never wear these, but I want to wear more sunglasses because the sun. You know, I hear it's not good for your corneas and shit. But yeah, corners.
Frankie
Corner.
Frankie Corner.
But this is how I feel. If you could imagine my face with a gold rimmed Ray-Bans and a crack in the middle. It's a crack in the middle because I broke them in Miami. I think so.
Okay.
This is an old glasses.
You got to wear like some rings too or something.
Some rings. I'll just get a hairy chest. I don't have a hairy chest, bro.
You really?
Yeah, bro.
With all that hair you got up there?
I don't got a hairy chest and I don't have hairy calves. Like I have hairy calves in the front where the bone is, but where like the jelly is, nothing, bro.
Didn't you guys clown on Anthony or something for having like feet on his hair?
Feet on his hair?
Yeah, or hair on his feet.
I think so. Yeah.
I got hair on my feet.
Fucking weird. Nah, I have hair on my knuckles on my feet.
Same.
And on your actual knuckles?
Yeah.
I can't see. I got my cool ass. Anyway.
Look at us going down a beehole.
That's what I was saying.
We didn't even throw that out last
Damn,
episode.
Bro. Fuck it, I should already expect it though.
Yeah, but you know, those are for the real ones.
Hell yeah, bro. To the beeholes out there. I heard whenever I hear that on a show or something, because they'll say that. Not often, like in the reference to what we're doing, but they'll say something. Like somebody said like beehole and something shit, and I was like,
They got it from us.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, right now we're listening to a bit of Kingfish, and I have the sunglasses on, and that's how you feel, man. And more so, I feel cool wearing the sunglasses. But aside from that, I think it really is not a revival, because I know a lot of people like live music. You know, like you go see them all the time, and you always invite me, so I appreciate that. But seeing that shit live is so crucial, and this is obviously if you're not able to attend the show and hearing this, it's so dope, man. Because I mean that's one of the reasons that I want to go and like kind of be in Texas a lot, because like when you walk into any place, like you hear this, like you hear of course popular music in places that are more modern and young and everything, but there's a lot of old time places, or like you'll just walk past a couple spots and you hear this. And I'm sure in New Orleans you hear the same thing.
I think you would like Harlem, because there's a lot of music like this going on.
I'll be passing by Harlem, but it's just rock, like old rock, and it's also the environment too. Like I know in New York City, you know, like New York City, you go from one and it's like busy and shit like that. I've been in Harlem on Mondays for when I work and everything.
Really?
Yeah, I'll stay there,
Dude,
but I stop
come in
by
for an appointment, man. I
No.
got you.
You heard?
You're
Javi's
only
giving
gonna
out.
have to wait an hour.
Javi's giving out free appointments. Everybody show up. Add up. No, of course, everywhere has their like culture, music, all that stuff. But I think when it comes to like areas like that, it's just so lowly populated, where you're not running into like 600 people.
Right.
And the vibe is just so different. There's open space, and Austin is pretty busy and modern and liberal, you know, for everything else. Not even the politics sense. It's just more like
They're liberal.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people like don't even like Austin for that reason and stuff like that. I mean, I went to Dallas.
I mean, there are people who will not move to Austin because of like how quote unquote liberal and progressive it is.
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, a lot of Californians have moved and stuff like that. But I went to Dallas. I didn't like Dallas that much. Dallas was alright. But I saw fucking WrestleMania.
Is Dallas a little more?
Nah, it's actually way more here. Like I was in the city, I was like, ugh. I was like, bro, I don't want to be reminded.
Like, I tried to get out of this.
yeah, that's like a city. I hear San Antonio's real cool, Houston. So I mean,
you know, city I hear is pretty good. San Andreas.
Yeah. Oh shit. You know, whenever I go back there, you know what I say? So whenever I'll travel there once, and then I'll go back again, and then I land, and when I get at the airport, get like my luggage, I say this shit, man.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
It never misses. I don't know why. It just comes to me. Everything. Utah was fucking beautiful.
Nice.
Utah was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to in my whole life. Man, it was so fucking nice.
Yeah, I mean,
DR too. I would say DR is, you know, for the trash people. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, I was gonna say like, you know, because I do see a lot of live music. I don't necessarily go out to see a lot of live music within this genre.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, the music that I listen to of punk and stuff. It's a lot more active.
100%
in terms of an audience,
the crowd and everything.
Yeah.
No, I agree, and I think everything is, you know, for its own and stuff.
Right.
But this is a good like. Like I was over there. I saw Nether Hour. Like Nether Hour. If you haven't heard about them, shout out Beatrice because she loves them, and I got to know them because of the comedians like Tony Hinchcliffe. Like before the show, Kill Tony, they had them on stage, and they were like, so they get to now. Like last time we went there, they were performing, and they were like, "Hey guys, thank you so much for coming out." It was a free show outside, and like and they were like, "We don't have to go to jobs no more. Like we can do this for a living finally." And I was like, every time I hear that shit, man, that shit fucking makes me happy for somebody, right? Like fuck yeah, man, fuck this job bullshit, you know? Yeah.
Fuck your 9 to 5, even though I work a 9 to 5.
Facts, bro.
Nah, I mean, what I was also gonna say too is like when I did see Dead and Company, which is the tribute band to Grateful Dead, with original members of the Grateful Dead,
Take your sunglasses.
and also seeing Fish too, like though, like I enjoyed those shows so much.
Nice, man.
And it's like even when I saw Dead and Company, I wasn't like tripping or anything. I was just smoking that day.
Yeah.
But like it just even then, like it is just such a good show. Like they're just such good musicians. Like I remember when I saw Dead and Company, John Mayer was playing the guitar.
That's awesome, man.
Dude, John Mayer fucking shreds.
I wanna hear him. I remember they asked John Mayer, like, why do you make the music you make? It's like, because he gets pussy.
Yeah.
I think he tried comedy once too. I heard about that. It's mad funny.
But this guy, I would totally fucking see this guy live.
No, I think we should go, man. Whenever he comes, we'll go. One thing I wanted to say, I wanted to say this in the first episode, but I didn't know how to come across. But I remember
last episode or like the first episode?
No, the last episode that came out last week. Check it out. But I don't know if you remember what I said. Yo, when we do the episode, remind me about Steve Harvey. Do you remember that?
Oh,
yeah. So
what do you say?
So basically, Steve Harvey has a famous clip that people like kind of. We'll get back to Kingfish in like 1 minute. And he has
1 minute going out.
I'm mad awake now because of coffee. But he has a clip where he's like, "Hey, if you wanna ever aspire to be great in this world and this and so, buy yourself that first class ticket. You know what it's like to be in first class and expose yourself to that and so you can know what's out there and work harder."
Would you say it's kind of like a fake it till you make it type of thing?
No, I wouldn't say that because I got where he's coming from. My whole thing was more like, bro, you think I'm gonna spend all this money on a first class ticket? You know how expensive that shit is, bro? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I understand where he's coming from. And Steve Harvey he struggled. I think he when he was younger, I think he was homeless for a bit, or he was about to be, and a couple had let him stay with him. And so when he got older, he brought them onto his show and to thank him and stuff like that. So I'm not saying he came from like, a silver spoon or whatever. But when I heard like buy yourself a first class ticket, I'm like, bro, like go to Japan and buy a first class ticket, or go anywhere and spend a lot of fucking money. Like that's unrealistic. And I thought instead on the way here as I smoked when I was high, I was gonna mention that because you think a little more. Smoke to have good ideas. I think it's a good thing. I just haven't been smoking a lot, so all my good ideas have been suppressed. But I think the better thing is go see people that are living their dreams. It's a little more affordable. I mean, some people aren't. But like people there's a comedian called Shane Gillis. He's very funny, very popular now. And real quick, he had a show. I mean, he was signed to SNL, and he was gonna be like a writer or something like that. Everything, and that was his big break. And so like when he found out, he called his like mom and stuff like that. Like, yo, guys, I'm gonna be on SNL. Like, it's gonna be crazy. And then because of his podcast, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, he was called saying like stuff about like Chinese people and Chinese delivery workers in New York City, like racist and stuff like that. And I mean, it's a comedian, so it's not like he was like, oh, fuck Chinese people. Yeah. Like he was making a joke. Right. So SNL cut him off. Damn. And so eventually
what a bunch of liberals.
What a bunch of no, I'm kidding. Okay. No, I mean, it happened, but that's what happened, And he ended up being on Joe Rogan. And I remember when I was going home, I just heard the episode at random because I don't know who the fuck he was. And he was just doing his thing. Whatever. Cut to now, he's huge, right? He has a special and everything. Huge. And I went to go see him at the Comedy Mothership. He's fucking hilarious. And guess who's gonna be on SNL in like 2 weeks?
Him?
Yeah, man. And it's like
he said, I'm back, bitches.
and big on him because like Beatrice said this morning. Like he's not just gonna be like a cast member. Like he's a special guest. Like he's gonna be doing the monologue, like Dave
Nice.
Chappelle, like Louis C.K., like Bill Burr. You know, like
That's better.
yeah, and like fuck that, and very big of him to like go back and be like, you know what? Because he could have easily said like, nah, fuck
course,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
He just
I
got
mean-
signed by Bud Light, bro. It's crazy, bro.
I mean, I'll relate that because I do agree with that, and then like to
go see
relate it-
people you love.
Yeah, to relate it even to this conversation about Kingfish, like knowing that Kingfish is 24, that makes
Yeah.
me want to go see him even more.
Hell yeah, man.
And that rhyme, bars.
Yeah.
But it's just because like a lot of the bands that I see are of younger people
Yeah.
around our age and stuff. Like
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it with like Prince Daddy
Yeah.
and Gami Gang.
Super young.
Of how like I think even Gami Gang are younger than us. I think they might be like 21, 22, something like that. So
That's crazy.
they might be younger than Kingfish.
That's insane.
And so it's just
Yeah.
I see people like that on stage and I see them live play these smaller venues that I go to and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, you guys are fucking doing
It's
it.
doable, man. And even shooting this, I feel like it's so straining on the mind sometimes when you like make a podcast. I guess I'll speak for myself. I don't know about how you feel, but then you leave and you're like, damn, like did I even sound entertaining? Was I even like funny when I wanted to be? Like, and when I'm high, boy, that shit really I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking. I'm embarrassing myself, you know. I don't mean that like fully, but you know when you get like second, like, what am I doing? You know?
Yeah, no, I mean,
but those are the steps you take to like get somewhere, you know, and
right.
and like a lot of people. I mean, I've heard people who even like like they're like, at least you're trying.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's the best motivation, man.
That's what I say all the time.
Hell yeah,
that,
man.
You know, as much as like there is that quote from Star Wars from
Yeah.
Yoda where Yoda says, "No try,
Yeah.
do or do not."
Exactly, man.
But it's just at the end of the day,
Hell yeah.
like we are still human, but so it's just kind of like all we can do at the end of the day
Just try.
is try.
Yeah.
We can at the end of the day, even if we failed, we can say, "Hey, I did my best."
Hell yeah, bro. And fuck it, man. We go to work so much that at least we have times like this to just be like, fuck it, man. Like this is fun. We obviously enjoy it. We don't be like fucking again. So we're gonna keep trying, bro. And thank you for listening to anybody supporting us. And back to the Steve Harvey thing, just go see people that are living their dreams, and I promise you, you'll feel more compelled to live your dream.
Yeah.
You know? It could be anything. It could be a concert. It could be like a museum or whatever. But I think every time I go see comedy and I leave, I fucking think it's so great to see because you see other people laughing. And
Yeah.
it's literally just a guy telling jokes on stage. You know, that's crazy how that can be a huge thing. But for having seen so many shows and seeing live shows of music, I mean, we're gonna see Danny Brown. I'm fucking so excited about that shit, man. And I'm telling you, like, I'm not even the biggest Danny Brown fan. Not to say he's not like great, but I'm so curious, and I'm like, you know what? We can just go to the show,
Yeah.
and just fucking see. I just want to see what the crowd is like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, I'm not like in general. I try to not really even listen to the music
Yeah, yeah.
before I go.
Just wanna
see
go and
bands.
see it,
I just,
yeah.
I just like to go experience it live for the first time.
That's dope as fuck,
Because
man.
like you know it sounds lame saying it out loud and whatever, but it's just like back in the day, like we didn't have like
Yeah,
streaming services to just be like, oh, let me check out
The
this
whole thing,
band
yeah, yeah.
before I go see them.
Well, I mean, you're right, but then there was like CDs and vinyls
course.
and stuff like that.
and it's like,
but at your leisure, right? Like
it's
anything you
like-
want to hear ever.
Yeah, it's like, but even with that, it's like you had to go out of your way to buy a
Yeah.
CD or buy a vinyl. Yes,
Yeah.
we pay for streaming services, but once you
yeah.
pay that one monthly fee, you have access to all of it.
And I feel like that leads to, I mean, of course I could be wrong in so many areas, but I think for, especially me, that leads to like such a overwhelming,
Saturation?
oversaturation of the ability to listen to whatever that you end up not.
Yeah.
You know?
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's like Netflix when you go onto
Yeah.
Netflix and you're like, what movie am I gonna watch? And you spend 15 minutes and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch what I've been watching the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why it took me so long to start Succession. I was like, yo, bro, like it's a new show. Fuck it, let me just check this out. I never started, and then one day I was like, bro, let me just fucking begin.
Right.
And bro, now that shit is getting spicy.
Nice,
now
nice.
it's getting fucking good. But let me just go on a little more about Kingfish, and I want to also mention this because this relates to Kingfish. Of course, the whole episode does. Shout out Kingfish. I feel like we're able to speak like this because the music in the background, what we're listening to, is such a chill vibe.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I'm referring to when you go somewhere like way different from New York City, and you're just having a conversation over this. You get to just, like this music in itself, which is Kingfish playing in our ears, leads to just fucking serenity, calmness, like open worldness,
You know, I'll look into it a
Yeah.
little bit more, but I think with Spotify, we can actually have the music
Nice.
with the episode,
Hell
and
yeah,
they
bro.
handle all the copyright stuff.
Let's
I'll
fucking
double
do it
check
then.
that.
Because that would be cool to play exactly what we're listening to right now.
Mhm.
Because it's so good.
Yeah.
So Kingfish is actually also a Grammy Award winner. In 2019, his album Kingfish was nominated for a Grammy.
Damn.
Right. This album in particular debuted on Billboard Blues chart in the #1 position. It remained there for 91 weeks.
Wow.
And
Holy
it was
shit.
it was named #1 Best Blues Album of the Year by UK magazine Mojo. I don't know if I'm referring to
Like Watch Mojo.
yeah, like basically UK magazine Mojo. The magazine's called Mojo in the UK. I forget if I'm referring to the album Kingfish or Live in London, but I'm pretty sure I'm referring to 2019's Kingfish, the album, right? It remained there for 91 weeks, #1 Best Blues Album of the Year by the magazine Mojo. Sirius XM's Bluesville channel's most played song was Kingfish's single "Fresh Out." He's the #1,
Which is what is finishing right now.
yeah, #1 on Living Blues magazine, top album of the year. And Elton John even interviewed him on his podcast Rocket Man.
Wow.
That's so cool, man.
That's so cool.
That's so fucking cool.
Yo, man, if Elton John ever invited us on his podcast,
I'd be like,
hell yeah.
He'd be like, oh, mate.
Like, get the fuck out of here, mate.
Crumpets and tea.
Yo, oh my God.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I saw the funniest fucking tweet.
What's up, bro? What's up?
So you know how online on the internet with websites, like the website links, they call them cookies?
Yeah.
Someone fucking said, do you think British websites use biscuits?
I like how funny that was too.
So dumb,
Because it's
man.
funny. It's very funny. It's also like, pretty sure I heard that one.
That shit is so dumb. I saw that shit. I was like, what a fucking idiot.
Damn, but imagine we were British and we were talking like that the whole time.
A bottle of water.
All right, let's stop this right now. let's stop
This is why we don't have any UK
now.
listeners.
Because imagine we were Jamaican. Nah, see, you can't do that. You know what I mean? I always said this. You can do every accent. You can't do any accent except British. Like we stop at, you can't do a Mexican one, man. You can't do that stuff. You know, I can do it because that's the rules, I guess.
Know, I'm gonna do a fucking white girl. I'm gonna talk like a white.
See, but
bitch.
but white people don't matter right now. Like in this political climate, white people are like, yeah,
they don't
you
matter.
can be racist to white people.
Oh, they don't matter, Frankie. Oh, so white lives don't matter.
White the napkin people. It's hard to make fun of white people because you never feel fucking satisfied. You're like, look at you, fucking all what?
Look at you privileged ass.
I bet you get sunburnt, and
I
like,
bet
that's not cool.
I bet you don't have to deal with homeless people all the time in your neighborhood. I bet
Yes,
you
they
feel
do, bro.
safe.
They live in Bushwick. No, I live. Just kidding. Why are we coming at white people, bro? That's so mean.
What the
You know who should we come at? Fucking
Link? This fucking bum ass motherfucker
he's
just
chilling, bro. What the?
he's knocked the fuck out. He's,
All right. Fucking dementia ad, the ADD ad.
You think dementia?
I couldn't think of it.
Wait, what are we doing?
What the fuck are we? Okay. His other album, 662, won
That was a close one.
yeah. It won a Grammy for Best Contemporary Blues Album.
Is that like a religious reference? 662?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Also, wait. By the way, the people on the album, guitars and vocals, Christone, Kingfish, Ingram. The drums is Christopher Black. Brass is Paul Rogers. And the piano, Hammond. Ooh, what the fuck is this? It says BJ, but I don't know if I'm like it. Well, the organ, the piano organ, and the clavinet is played by. I'm a dickhead. I didn't write his name down because I got so distracted.
You were like, clavinet, is that a real thing?
Well, whoever that guy is, you'll figure that
the
out.
guy on the clavinet? Deshaun D. Vibes Alexander. Fucking rips.
We'll put that in post because what a clavinet is, it's an electromechanical instrument that's usually used in conjunction with the keyboard amplifier. Most models have 60 keys ranging from F1 to E6. The sound is produced by a harp of 60 tension steel strings placed diagonally below the key surface. Just in case you were fucking curious what a clavinet was, I was. And
were you curious about that link?
nice.
All right.
Fuck, man, I got confused with my notes. All right, so 662 album, it debuted #1 on Billboard Blues chart. UK magazine Mojo again deemed it best blues album of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It won Blues Music Award for best blues album. Has been nominated for 10 Blues Music Awards and won every single one, and also won 11 Living Blues Awards. So this
Wow.
motherfucker is just impressing everybody,
Yeah.
you know. And yeah, man, I think it's
He's fucking shit up, taking names.
Yeah.
He's big. He's black. He's round. He's Kingfish.
That's awesome. He's big. He's back. And I'm just gonna read you some shit that he's done, man. He's headlined for U.S. and European tours. He's also played in Australia, New Zealand, and India.
Man.
In 2022, he opened for the Rolling Stones in London's Hyde Park. That's where the Beatles played. And
Wait, I don't know if you mentioned it already. I'm sorry if you did.
No, that's good.
When did he start his career? Like what year? Like when did his first album come out?
I would say his album Kingfish, 2019.
God,
yeah,
he's so new,
bro. He's young as
fuck?
That's what it is, and I feel like that's so important to like really look at, because this is musical talent that's like not just normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is you know how they say like there's talent and then there's like hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people are just born talented. Like this guy's working hard and talented.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna go down as one of the best.
Is this like the appropriate phrase where they say like this is like lightning in a bottle?
I don't know what that means.
It's just kind of it's like when you spark an idea and you
collect it.
Yeah. Lightning in a bottle.
Lightning. But what is that supposed to represent?
It's like you have like contained.
You struck lightning almost.
Yeah, like struck lightning. Like you have the idea, you got it.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's like
see, he's lightning in the bottle.
I don't know if that's the most appropriate phrase.
I don't know.
Or term to use in this context, but it's just like, yeah, he's so new. He's fucking taking names. Like he's winning awards. Like he's only 24. What the fuck, man? That's awesome.
I think one of the things that I'm not so educated on it, because there's another guy on Instagram who sang like Michael Jackson. He's also a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very famous clip of him, viral clip.
I mean, he's not big.
No, he's actually big. He's actually big, round. I think he's actually Spanish. He's big. He's Spanish. He's round. But he has a very famous clip of him performing a Michael Jackson song. Damn, we'll put it in post. And like if we can, we'll play the actual like clip, because it's not like a recorded thing.
You give me fever like I've never ever known. You're just a product of my loveliness. I like the groove of your walk, your talk, your dress.
And he got so recognized for it that he got to perform for the UFC. And then he's big. And this is where I think the route differs, because he's amazingly talented voice-wise. I think, and again, I just really want to preface this with just educated guess, or not educated guess, just a guess. I think Kingfish, the most important thing that's benefiting him like the best is that the guidance he's getting. So like the people that are helping him produce the music and hey, like let's go this route to put your music out and everything.
I mean, you know, like I say it all the time, but it's like you need a team. Like, you know,
who have your intentions like in mind, not just theirs.
Like
and profit,
you look at someone like in a different genre, like J. Cole, who has like Dreamville and everything, which are all people that he grew up with and everything. So 100%. It's like you need people in your ring that are gonna uplift you to the best of your ability. And it's just and I've always been a strong believer of that a collective achievement is more fulfilling than a solo achievement.
100%. Because I think the solo achievement seems like the most fulfilling in the long run. I mean, in the short run, because you're like, yeah, I did everything myself. But when you're able to like relieve yourself, you know, with just like, all right, fuck, man, like I have somebody support. I have a support system, and not only are they supporting me, I'm supporting them back. Right. And together we thrive. You know, it's like the human makeup, you know, like everything functions. You know, I'm able to speak into this microphone because my body's working. You know, obviously they have no feelings. But I want to say what the other guy I was referring to. It's like I want to say Bacon Man, but I could be wrong, right? But he's big, and he has a song now that came out, and the song to me is super like pop and blah 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 blah. I just don't like the song, to be honest with you. I don't mean to shit on it because he's super talented, and I fucking wish him the best. But I think that single.
But you're a hater.
Kind of, because when you hear the song, you're like, this is kind of all right. And he's pushing that song, and I haven't heard from him in a while. So he had just posted, and I hope he comes out with like just a cover album. I'd rather him do that than like put out music that's bad. And I feel like the people trying to push him, maybe we're trying to put out some hit, right? You know, and even when you listen to Kingfish's albums, the music is great, but it sounds nothing like this.
Yeah,
Because obviously it's not live. So I'm very curious of what you think of the recorded stuff.
I got to listen to it.
You got to, because I was a little disappointed when I heard some of the songs recorded. I won't lie, because I've only ever heard them live, even the clips live.
I mean, that's always just such an interesting thing, like artists who sound different, like in the studio versus live.
Yeah.
Like one example I could think of is Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
More so like older Fall Out Boy, because like more present day Fall Out Boy, like the singer Patrick Stump, he's great.
Yeah,
has an amazing voice.
Nice.
But and he's always had an amazing voice. It's just the thing is that back in the day, in their like first like 3 albums or so in the early 2000s, like people would say that when you would go see Fall Out Boy live, you were either going to get a good show or a bad show, dependent on Patrick Stump's voice.
Oh, okay.
Because like there were just some shows where he just couldn't hit those notes the same way he does in the studio, and whatever the case is. So it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's I find it super interesting. Where it's like I'm now super curious to listen to Kingfish's.
But I mean more so
stuff.
just he sounds consistent. It's the surrounding.
No,
music.
I know what you're getting.
Yeah?
At. It's just
because you hear this guitar shredding right now.
Yeah,
like you get that in the recorded, but then you also get like just very organized, like not radio.
Produced.
It's super produced, so it kind of takes away this live magic. Because if you're hearing this right now, he's fucking like he's not even making the guitar cry, he's making the guitar like moan. You know, I would say moan even, because it's like like it's almost fucking like just like what's the word?
Captivating.
There we go.
Encapsulating.
Exactly. So it's
he,
Jesus Christ, is fucking so good, bro.
Like
Jesus.
When I hear a guitar like this, it makes me think of like Freebird.
The
solo in Freebird.
Oh my god, rest in peace to half of the motherfuckers.
Like I listen to guitar players like this, I'm like, fuck, man.
So
I wish
insane.
I could play like this, man. Like holy shit.
And of course, when you see him do it, like actually, like if you watch a clip of him, it's so nonchalant. Like, but his face says otherwise. Like, of course, his hands are just going, but he's feeling that music, bro.
I bet.
Oh,
and you know, I gotta show Josh this guy because I don't know if I mentioned to you that maybe for the last year or so now, Josh has been learning how to play the guitar.
Nice.
And something he's talked about in his experience is that, you know, he's a bigger guy. And he kind of talks like sort of complains about how he feels his fingers are a little too fat for the fretboard and stuff.
All right, nah, this guy, come
look
on.
at this guy.
There's no excuses. I mean, everybody's built different and comfort, but this guy's huge. He's big. He's black. He's
big. He's black. He's round.
He's Kingfish.
He's Kingfish.
We should make a superhero version of Kingfish. I mean, so I'll continue. So he played in London's Hyde Park, where the Beatles had played. Awesome. They played there May 18th, 1967. Also, Vampire Weekend. Oh no, Vampire Weekend. Steve Miller and Buddy Guy. He's played with, or he's worked with, and everything.
Nice.
But Buddy Guy to him is a mentor.
Nice.
In July 2021, when he was
Vampire Weekend seems so random.
It is super random, but he's climbing up and everything. You know, in 2021 of July, he was featured on NPR's 7-minute broadcast, and 14 million listeners tuned in.
Wow. 7 minutes. Like, what was that? One song?
Yeah. Yeah, it had to be something. His first TV performance was in April 2022 on CBS. He performed 3 songs and was interviewed. In July 2022, so mind you, this is back to back to back. In July 2022, the Washington Post ran a 5,000-word feature on the young, quote, generational talent, end quote. And he's been on magazine covers like Guitar World, Guitar Player, Downbeat, Living Blues, and Blues Music Magazine.
That's awesome, man.
And yeah, I mean, those are like mostly and mind you, all these facts off his website. You know, so just like I know a lot of people like go on the website, they don't really like take the time to read everything. No blame, you know, you're right there for like shows and this and that.
Yeah.
But I think it's so crazy because usually when we cover artists, like they have a lifetime. But this guy is fucking 25 years old, man.
Yeah.
Born 1999. You know, it's
his
so,
first album 2019. So
it's
like,
insane, bro.
He's only been in the business for what is that?
Like his whole life, basically. You know? Kind of, you know. But
and
Jesus Christ.
I think what's really cool too. Is just I mean, what I do is like when I get into an artist, when I start listening to an artist and I like them, I'll read their about bio on Spotify. Because Spotify has a lot of information there.
That is really fucking good because it does really tell you so much about the artist. They go hard with those bios.
They do,
bro.
and so it's just I always love reading those because I really do like to see where these people come from and stuff.
Yeah,
because I think, you know, there are a lot of people, and I guess it kind of goes to that conversation of like separating the artist from the art.
Yeah.
But it's just, when you make art, you are putting some of yourself into it.
Always, every single
So
time.
it's just, I like to know who these people are, because it's like,
No
it
doubt.
reflects who they are in their music.
Yeah.
And listening to Kingfish's music, he is clearly a guy who just absolutely feels it in his
Yes.
bones. He feels it down to his core, his soul.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
and
he shares that with you. That's the thing. You're literally, when you listen to this album, you're literally feeling that energy being shared to you, like through just your ears. You know, it's like even now, man, hearing this through the earphones has been extraordinary. It's nonstop, just great feel. And you're not only listening to him, but you're listening to a whole crowd worth of reactions and cheering and just, I don't know, man. It's honestly some of the best music I've heard in a long time. It's particularly in the blues, and I haven't even been listening to that much music, I would say. Like, for the podcast is a great way to like get back to that.
Right.
You know? But this is fucking so insane. And I feel that, unfortunately, those that only listen to like rap or maybe like, this electronic and don't get to like really feel this, not feel this, like be exposed to it.
Right.
But I think any genre you listen to, you hear this guy and you're like, this guy fucks.
Yeah. I mean, I think something that some people don't really think about maybe, or just don't really recognize, and this is just an assumption, but I just feel that maybe a lot of people don't recognize how a lot of modern day genre like music comes from a source of blues and jazz.
Oh, of course, that's a given. Yeah,
like I feel like that's just maybe something people kind of forget or don't think about sometimes. And it's just, you say that you didn't want to call it a revival, and you shouldn't. But it's just I also think about fucking this stupid New York Times article.
Shout out to stupid ass New York Times articles
where they fucking covered this rock band called Mainskin, something like that, and
Foreskin.
And like they talked about how is Mainskin like the last band of the rock genre, and it's just like,
so dumb.
Shut up.
It's so
like,
dumb. Such a dumb way to put things.
It's like I remember seeing so many other bands being like, well, I guess fuck us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, that is so dumb to me, because it's like, you like, just because you're not listening to it doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And there's so much, there's always good music anywhere. And the worst part about it is you'll never be able to listen to it all. Of course.
But that's why you listen to Earth, Mind, and Matter.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Fuck that. You got valuable time. You spend it with us, okay? Fucking.
And come on, this shit's not like 3 hours anymore, so you got the fucking time,
Facts,
David.
Bro. Yeah, David. God
damn,
bro. Fucking.
Fuck. She's getting me tight.
Shout out. Let me stop. That's my bad thing.
You don't give a fuck.
Facts. I will say, real quick, actually, the song "Rock and Roll." Real quick.
Throw that on.
Yeah, put it on. I mean, it's a really quick fact. But the song "Rock and Roll" is a tribute to his mom.
That's nice.
Because what's it called? Due to extensive time with his band and deeper catalog, he felt timing was. Oh, my bad. That was a completely different fact. But yeah,
where's this going?
That the "Rock and Roll" is dedicated to his mom.
Nice.
And what's it called?
It's good of him.
And Another Life Goes By, the song. That's the one where I heard it live. I mean, live on this album. And then I heard it like the recorded version. That's where I was like, oh, this is so much more different.
Right.
And ultimately, I was like, if you hear recorded version, still a great song, but the live performance just does Kingfish justice.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's primarily what it is. And I really do hope that we're able to like boost his listeners by like 5 people.
That'd be great.
Because it's like not really for him. He's gonna succeed no matter what. Like he's already on his way. Any support is great. But for you, who's ever's gonna check him out, and I hope that's like your next, what's it called? Kind of gateway to more blues, performers and stuff.
Open up them veins, boys.
Bitch. Because
time to shoot up some Kingfish.
It's big. It's big. It's so funny. But there's so much good music in terms of blues. Yeah. And I think, of course, when it comes to blues, you think of like which is still cool. But there's like, you should also check out that Blues Jazz Estate, if I'm not mistaken, because there's like so much cool history when it comes to that. Like this is one cool video. This is pretty famous. I forget her name. You could put it in actually right here.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
And she's playing a guitar by the train tracks to like an audience. I think of only white people. Maybe that. I may be wrong. But I think she was like one of the first blues like female artist or like rock and roll blues artist that's a woman of
That's
color,
cool.
you know.
That's cool.
And I don't know, man. It's just so much cool history. And Kingfish is like a blessing, man, to
Yeah, man.
music.
He's great.
So
He's really
good.
He's really fucking
Yeah,
good.
man. There's so much you can say, but ultimately just check out the music. And I'm happy we started off the A.M.C. with like this album and shit.
Yeah,
Because this
man.
album is a real
Yeah,
treat,
this
man.
is a good way to start season 2 for sure.
Hell yeah, bro.
And
Hell yeah.
you know, definitely I gotta fucking think about what the fuck I'm gonna cover for my album now. God damn. But I know what I'm covering for the movie. Though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Should we tell them? Should we say it or nah?
We'll say it at the end of the news episode.
This
next
episode?
Yeah.
Bad. Oh, sorry, like my bad.
So that way y'all can get ready.
Yeah.
You know, that might be a thing. Like,
yeah.
let's just start doing that. Like at the end of every news episode,
We
let's
say
just-
what we're gonna cover next
yeah,
week, right?
for the AMC. So that way, if you guys want to maybe watch,
Oh,
read,
yeah.
listen to whatever we're covering,
That's a good
and
idea.
Just tune in that way.
Oh yeah, bro.
But we can start doing that.
Cool. We will.
But yeah, I mean, you guys should go listen to Kingfish.
Please
Go
listen to Kingfish ASAP. Tell him we sent you. Don't tell him we call him Big Black Round.
Definitely no.
Tell him, but after you listen to.
we need to turn that into a sound for the soundboard. He's big. He's black. He's round. He's Kingfish.
Hell yeah. And I guarantee I'll put any money up that you listen to this guy and it'll change your whole ears.
Yeah, man, imagine like a Smash Bros intro for this guy. And the winner is Kingfish.
No, man. But yeah, I think that's not a rap, but I guess that's a good way to cover Kingfish, I would say.
That's a nice solid Caesar rap right there.
That was quick as fuck that hour, bro. Right? Didn't that shit feel like 2 minutes, bro? I looked over and said 49 minutes. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, I guess we gotta go another 6 hours.
I mean, I guess.
Let's flip out a comic book.
You know, before we end, I did.
Yeah, feel free to take your time. It's
I wanted to talk about how
what's up?
I like how you just mentioned about how that one artist was playing at the train station.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so fucking upset that I missed Green Day playing in the train station.
Shout out Anthony who got to go see it.
Anthony and Jess, those lucky bastards.
That's awesome, man. That's so random.
I was so upset because I missed 3 opportunities to see them that week here in the city because they did that train station show. And by the time I saw it on Instagram, I was already home. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going to make it there on time. And the most upsetting thing about it is that I pass that station on my way home every day.
So you would have seen it for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was so upset. And then the second opportunity was because they, relating back to Sirius XM, but Sirius XM did a Green Day radio for a little bit.
Oh, I did see that album.
And if you listen to at least 1 second of it, you would get a ticket to go see them play in Irving Plaza.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't get a ticket.
Damn. Are they performing in Irving Plaza or they already did
it? That was their first show of their tour this year.
That sucks.
And
you should have gone.
I
would have gone, man. What the fuck?
I was so upset that I missed that.
We had to go watch them, bro. We had to fly somewhere and watch them real quick.
Yo, I already got my ticket to see them in City Field.
Oh, really? When they performing?
July.
Oh, shit. I'm about to go.
Do it. They're fucking playing both Dookie and American Idiot in full.
Nice.
With like all their new songs mixed in too.
I like their song 21 Guns. I know a lot of people were hating on them at that time. No, was it? At that moment?
They weren't necessarily hating on them. It's just by
outdated?
that point, they were kind of like, is Green Day washed by this point? But
fuck that, man. I think once you were popping like in the past, like Justin Timberlake making a comeback. I don't know if you see it. Yeah, a lot of people were upset at him because well, first of all, shout out Green Day because they were pretty cool. I was never listening to like that.
I'll just say one last thing about the third opportunity I missed. The very next day on Friday, they did a small, intimate acoustic set at Rough Trade here by Rockefeller Center.
Oh, wow.
And the tickets were $38.
That's insane.
And you would get the album, the vinyl, signed by them.
And sold out like that?
Sold out in 5 minutes. I saw the post crazy. 30 minutes after it made it. I was fuck me, dude. I was so upset.
Yeah, you should really put those push notifications, just like you guys should do that with the show.
With Earth, Mind, and Matter. No, you know what MKBHD does? The tech guy that I tell you about sometimes?
Yeah.
He's so clever with the way he speaks to his audience.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's thought about this when they watch his videos.
He does ASMR.
He does ASMR. But what he does is that to get people to subscribe or like or whatever, he'll go, yeah, you know, you guys can leave a comment right underneath the like button.
Yeah. And you're like... Oh. I thought it was like a play. Like, wait, was it underneath the like button? It just looks at you guys like, yo, go. I'm waiting. They used to be. I talked about this on the podcast before. It's way too much going. I think I want the focus to also be on Kingfish.
Right, right.
And I think I want to keep referring back to it because the music is so good. And we got more opportunities to talk on the next episodes.
Yes.
I think we timed this shit out beautifully, though, bro.
We
fucking
did.
killed
We
that
did
shit.
really great on this.
Uh-huh.
Let's just keep patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah, honestly.
You know,
this show's more for us than for you.
New Year's, new dicks. Like, we out, baby.
That's what I'm saying. Peace.